Jamais Vu, experiencing unreality. Jamais Vu is such a strange experience that people have carried out experiments to learn more about it. In one, 94 volunteers were asked to write the word door 30 times in a minute. After this, 68% of them reported symptoms of Jamais Vu. Another group tried similar tests with a selection of different words. The results were similar too. Around 70% experienced symptoms. The group that did the second set of tests has a theory to explain Jamais Vu. They believe it's a signal that an action has become too automatic. We've been doing a repetitive action for so long that our brain is no longer focusing on it. Repeating the same action could lead to carelessness. This could be dangerous if we're driving, for example, or using something sharp. Jamais Vu is our brain's way of telling us to pay more attention to routine tasks. There's a lot more to discover about Jamais Vu. If you ever experience it, remember, your brain could be informing you to clear your head and refocus on what you're doing.
Welcome back to English for You. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And in our last episode, we were talking about the mysterious term, jamais vu.
Jamais vu.
And what it is. And today, we'll learn about the research and maybe get a better clue as to why this happens.
I really like to say this term, jamais vu.
Yeah, it just
sounds so romantic.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, beginning in our article, jamais vu is such a strange experience that people have carried out experiments to learn more about it. Okay, well, that's smart. And we see in that sentence, carry out something. And to carry out something means to complete or perform a task or action. We also see the word experiment. Experiment is a noun. It is to test or is a test to find out or prove something. So an example we could use for experiment would be the scientists conducted an experiment to study plant growth. But everyone in your science class, you probably do a lot of fun experiments, right? Like make volcanoes and things like that.
对，实验这个字呢，就是 experiment。好，它呢可以当名词，也可以当动词使用。在我们的课文当中啊，是名词的形式。那名词你还可以搭配什么样的动作呢？像是 do an experiment on something。或者是 carry out an experiment on something， 也可以用到 conduct 这个动词 conduct an experiment on something。 那如果你把 experiment 直接拿来当动词用的话，那你就直接说 experiment on something 就可以了。
Right, so they had these scientists come in, they were going to do an experiment to see why are people having jamais vu. So let's find out about one of the experiments the researchers did. The article tells us in one, 94 volunteers were asked to write the word door 30 times in a minute.
好，那这边看到是有94个 volunteers。volunteer 指的是志愿者。那这些人要干嘛呢？1分钟之内写下 door 这个字30 times。30次 door, 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 door. What happened to them after writing door for so many times?
Their hand fell off.
然后呢？
No, I'm just
还有找
joking,
到什么样的
everyone.
理论吗？
No, after writing it so many times, it tells us after this, 68% of them reported symptoms of jamais vu.
68%，也是68%的人， 他呢
Right,
就回报说，他们确实有经历到这个 jamais vu 的症状。好，症状用的是 symptom。那动词 report 在这边指的就是回报或是汇报。好，所以刚刚说到的68%的 volunteers 有这样的状况出现。So the more times they write door, the more unfamiliar they feel about this word.
Yeah, I mean, interesting, even though you know how to spell it and write it, after 30 times, the word door, D-O-O-R, becomes strange and new again.
Yeah, interesting, right?
Exactly. Well, let's see another group. It says, another group tried similar tests with a selection of different words.
Wow, I bet their hands were tired from writing so many words over and over again.
Exactly, yeah. It's like it seems like more of a punishment than an experiment, right?
So what happened?
Okay, well, the results were similar too. Around 70% experienced symptoms.
So more than half.
More than half experienced this jamais vu. Continuing, the group that did the second set of tests has a theory to explain jamais vu. There we see the word theory. Theory, the scientific definition of the word theory, is a hypothesis assumed for the sake of argument or investigation, an unproved assumption. So, everyone, in easier words, a theory is like an educated guess we use to understand things. It's an idea we're testing to see if it makes sense. So an example I could use for the word theory would be, I have a theory to explain why Amanda never lets anyone help her with anything.
What's your theory?
What's my theory about it? Why Amanda doesn't help is because Amanda is so stubborn.
Who is Amanda?
I don't know.
Theory 这个名词呢，指的是未经证实的看法啦、观点或是猜测。所以呢，第二组好，他们就有想到了一个 theory。那这个 theory 是什么呢？ What's the theory they have?
Right, so the theory to maybe explain jamais vu is they say they believe it's a signal that an action has become too automatic. Okay, so we see two words there, everyone. We see a signal. Signal is a noun, and it's an event or action, a fact, that shows that something exists or is likely to happen. So it's kind of like an indication that something's going to happen. An example sentence we could use for the word signal is, the sudden drop in temperature is a signal that winter is coming. Or, you know, when you see dark clouds in the sky, they're a signal that a storm is coming. Next, we see the adjective word automatic. Automatic is done or happening without thinking. So an example we could use for this word would be, after years of riding his bike, it became automatic.
好，来我们整理一下哦。刚刚首先呢，看到的是 signal 这个名词，在课文当中指的是征兆。那 signal 也可以是信号，像是呢骑车或是开车的时候，你要打的方向灯就是一个turn signal。那再来呢，我们看到的是 automatic 这个形容词，有指的是出于习惯的、不假思索的，或者是无意识的。那它也可以当作自动的或是自动化的来解释，像是呢 an automatic door 那就是自动门， an automatic rifle 那就是自动步枪。那第二组实验的人呢，他们有一个假设，他们说啊，有这个 jamais vu 的感觉，应该是一种征兆，表示一个行为变得太过无意识、不假思索。
So just because you're writing that word over and over 30 times, 40 times, 50 times, it just becomes your brain just doesn't focus probably right anymore. It's just that automatic, activity that you're doing it without thinking.
Yeah.
And our article tells us we've been doing a repetitive action for so long that our brain is no longer focusing on it. So it's like I kind of said, it's almost like our brain goes into sleep mode, right? When your computer, you put your phone on sleep mode, it just keeps going, but it's not really thinking. That can be when things can actually get dangerous.
Repetitive 这个形容词呢，是长时间的重复，好，重复或是单调的。那动词是 repeat。那因为呢，我们不断的重复这个动作，所以大脑已经没有办法专注了。So you're not focusing, you're not really using your brain.
Exactly.
You're just doing it.
You're just doing it, right? So you're just walking down the street on your phone, not thinking, doing something automatic, repetitive scrolling or something like that. And we know that it can get to be something dangerous could happen. And that's where our article jumps in and says, repeating the same action could lead to carelessness. And we see lead to the phrase, which means causing or resulting in a specific outcome or consequence. So an example, easy one would be, smoking can lead to cancer.
Lead to something. 指的是造成、导致。那 to 它是一个介系词，所以你后面呢要加上的是名词或是 VING。那我们这边加上去的这个字啊是 carelessness。好，名词指的是粗心或是疏忽，所以你不断重复某个相同的动作是会导致粗心疏忽出现的。
Right, and so don't be careless, but when we are doing repetitive actions, it sometimes naturally happens, and maybe that's why they experience jamais vu. But as our article dives deeper into this could be dangerous if we're driving, for example, or using something sharp.
Yeah, so when you're driving, you have to be really focused, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So if you're doing it without thinking about it, then something might happen.
Yeah, it becomes too automatic and, you become careless, right?
Yeah, accidents might happen.
Exactly, you nailed it. That's when accidents happen. And our article then goes back to saying, jamais vu is our brain's way of telling us to pay more attention to routine tasks.
Oh, so when I'm experiencing jamais vu, I can tell myself, you have to think about what you're doing.
Right. Snap out of it. Don't make it automatic. Think something, make some kind of little thoughts that makes it less routine. And we see that word routine, which means something that is done over and over again or happens as part of a standard procedure. So an easy explanation or example sentence we could use is, brushing your teeth becomes a daily routine activity.
好，这边的 routine 拿来当形容词用哦，指的是例行的啦、普通的、平淡的。那在课文当中用来形容后方的名词 tasks。那 routine 也可以当作名词使用，那就是例行的事项、常规或是惯例。So Adam, what's your morning routine?
What's my morning routine? Okay, well, I wake up, take a shower, brush my teeth, comb my hair, eat breakfast, and then I'm out the door.
Okay.
What about you? You got a fast routine?
Pretty much the same.
Okay.
I gotta put makeup on.
Oh, yeah, you do got to put makeup on. Okay.
那课文说到呢 jamais vu 是大脑要我们对例行的事项更注意，然后更专注。
So, there's a lot more to discover about jamais vu. Our article continues by saying, if you ever experience it, remember, your brain could be informing you to clear your head and refocus on what you're doing. So just like what you said, if something is becoming routine and you're thinking, oh, this is the first time I've seen it, it's because maybe it's automatic and your brain is informing you. We see the word inform, which is a verb. It means to provide knowledge or facts, to give someone information about something. An example we would say is, for an example, your teacher could tell you, class, I'd like to inform you that you will have a big test next week.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Inform 这个动词呢是告知或是知会。那在这个例句当中啊，我们看到的是 inform somebody that 后面加上子句，那就是知会某人某事。那再来呢，如果你要知会某人的事情，用一个名词就可以处理的话，你可以说 inform somebody about or of something. 好，那在课文里面是 informing you to clear your head. 那就是 inform somebody to do something 也是可以的。好，那就是 to 后面加上原形动词。那 inform 是个动词，你加上字尾ation 就会变成 information. 好，那就是不可数名词，资讯或是资料。
So like we said, if you're experiencing it, your brain could be informing you to clear your head. And we say clear your head is a phrase which means to take a break and just refresh your mind.
Yeah, it's important to take a break, right?
Yeah, you need to just kind of refresh and take a minute and say, okay.
Clear one's head 指的就是清理某人的思绪，停下来思考一下，想一想，好，把以前的比如说一些比较复杂的思绪先把它处理掉，然后呢，你可能会有一个更清醒的头脑。
Okay, well everyone, we have learned a lot about jamais vu, but wait, did we? Oh no. Or is this jamais vu a new word?
You're experiencing it.
I think I have jamais vu now.
Okay, so here we have a For You check question. What is it?
Okay, our For You check question is, Do you have any other ideas about why we sometimes experience jamais vu? What are they?
I think the article basically talked everything about it, right?
Right, like when your brain goes into, if you're doing something routine, your brain kind of goes into an automatic mode where you're just doing it over and over. And
or you get bored with doing something.
Yeah.
And your brain just, decides that it needs to sleep.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you guys at home, maybe listening to this, you're like, oh, man, I experience jamais vu all the time by writing so much homework over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, that's all the time we have for today. My name is Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Experiment. Mike got hurt during a science experiment when he mixed too many dangerous chemicals together. Theory. The science team proposed a theory but lacked the necessary data to fully support it. Signal. The dark clouds in the sky were a signal that it was going to rain soon. Automatic. Many people these days have an automatic habit of checking their phones every few minutes. Routine. Today at work, Eugene took care of a number of routine tasks before being assigned a new project by his boss. Inform. Our teacher informed us that those who failed the test would receive extra homework.
智慧小补帖。
Volunteer. Symptom. Repetitive.